Hey there guys, just want to talk to you on how couples can get on the same page with money. The reality is many couples struggle when it comes to money together. There's a bit of conflict, often arguing, things like that. There's often too much tension when it comes to money, and that's because money involves so many different aspects of who we are, our values, where we get our security, issues around control and trust, etc. And so money does have a profound impact on us as an individual, and therefore what we take into our relationships. So I want to really help you here, because to build unity as a couple, that's not an accident. That's not just something that happens automatically. It's something where you need to be absolutely intentional. So when it comes to money, there's a couple of questions I think you should ask as a couple, and that is, the first one is, what is the kind of life that we're trying to build together? What are the hopes and dreams that we have for our families, the kind of schools the kids will go to and where we'll live, and kinds of holidays we'll take, all those kinds of basic things that we need to try and get on the same page with. Now, of course, no couple will be 100% aligned on all these things. So that's the first part. The second thing is, what does faithfulness look like for us as a couple, in terms of things like, where are we going to give our money to? How much are we going to give? And getting on the same page there about being faithful as believers with the money that God has entrusted to you. That to me is critical. And then of course there's this issue about, what role is money going to have in our marriage, or what role should it not have? So money, for example, should never become a control tool that we have over the other person. So money, as I say, is very profound in terms of the way it affects our relationships. But the first, and I think the most important part, is you get on the same page with the why. Why are we going to do certain things with our money? So once you kind of build that kind of alignment, it makes a huge difference. And actually, when we look at the Bible, in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 12, it says two are better than one. And really, when it comes to money, that's absolutely critical. You can make better decisions as a couple rather than as individuals. Yes, it may take a process to get there, but the reality is, God puts us together to complement each other, not to compete or to fight, but to actually complement each other. And so we want to, as I say, come to unity by adopting this sort of biblical approach and asking the why. Why are we doing these things, and what do we feel God is wanting us to do?